Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes a truly awful weekend of football for your Miami teams. I don't even know where to start. I'm so angry at Mario Cristobal that I'm seething. And John Michaels is going to join us today. He's seething. And we're so far removed from the Dolphins, but once we start talking about it today, the Dolphins, I'm angry at myself because I'm the guy who gets fooled time and time again. I'm like, oh, narratives will be busted. And I get fooled every time. Although I will tell you, Tua, in my opinion, busted some narratives. Tua can play. But I've been saying that for the longest now. Tua, that game on Thanksgiving Day, Thanksgiving night, had nothing to do with Tua Tagovailoa. That loss, nothing to do with Tua.
Nothing?
Nothing. He played as well as one could play. They should get a victory. 20 missed tackles are going to bite you in the butt anytime that you're playing a decent team. Like, Tua, his culpability for that loss Thursday night is so far low on the list that I can say confidently Tua busted the narrative that he can't play in the cold weather. Not that it was even uber cold, but for me, like, that was the least of the worries. I am so hung up on the Miami Hurricanes because it was such an awful coaching decision by Mario Cristobal at the end of that game. It was really mind-numbing to me. Like, truly mind-numbing. So you're down 7. Time's running out. I don't know what was left, 4.5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Your defense has been butter all game, all season. Let's be honest. And your idea, down 7 on 4th and goal, admittedly a long 4th and goal, but still 4th and goal. Your idea, like, your best bet is to go for 3 so that you cut the one touchdown you need down to one touchdown that you need now. You don't accomplish anything by kicking the field goal. I would submit to you that kicking the field goal and then kicking off accomplishes less than going for it and pinning them deep in their own territory. In either situation, you're going to need a 3 and out. In either situation, you need a 3 and out. And your defense has shown you all game, you can't get a 3 and out. But that's what he gambled on. It's mind-numbing to me. You have a Heisman Trophy caliber quarterback. And you have a choice to get to the conference championship game. We can put the ball in the hands of the Heisman caliber quarterback and maybe, by the way, help him write the narrative as to why he deserves the Heisman. Like, you have a chance to help this guy have a miraculous finish. And your other choice is to put the ball in the hands of your defense, essentially, which hasn't stopped Syracuse all afternoon. It just logically does not make any sense. And I don't understand. I don't understand anyone. I haven't seen many people or heard many people supporting that decision, but I don't understand how Mario Cristobal makes that decision. And if the analytics say in that spot, there's more than 4 minutes, it's 4th and I don't know what it was. Where were they? At the 9, maybe the 10, 11?
The 9, yeah.
Maybe the analytics say kick the field goal, but the analytics aren't watching your defense all day. That's the problem that I really have with it is, listen, you can play by the book all you want and say we go with what the book says in that situation, but you have to give it some context as to what your defense has looked like. So now you're asking your defense to do something that if you're watching the game, you've seen they are unable to do. And you have one chance there to get that right. Is Cam Ward going to score a touchdown there? I don't know. But I would much prefer to have taken one shot with Cam Ward, who's done it before this season, than put it in the hands of the defense to force Syracuse on a 3-and-out, essentially. I mean, that's really what you needed to give you enough time. And I don't understand it. So you cut the lead. It makes no sense. You still need a touchdown. You're down there. You need a touchdown to tie that game, and then you need a defensive stop. And he gave them the ball and said, we still need a touchdown and still need a defensive stop. It logically makes no sense.
At all. And by the way, Jacoby George, oh my God, man.
Terrible penalty.
Oh my, but Hoch, he's been doing that his entire career.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to Joe Zagacki and Don Bailey Jr. They were outraged, infuriated with Jacoby George, and he had been better this year. He had fixed up those issues this season, finally. And to do it at that spot, at that moment, is insane. You're on the 2-yard line to tie the game, and you're going to get 3 opportunities to punch it in. Now you got to go 15 yards on 2nd and goal. I mean, it's crazy, man. Crazy. I'm with you. I don't understand the decision. You have the best quarterback in program history. You need one play to get 9 yards. Give it to him.
Don't get a quarterback like this once every 20 years. It's criminal not to give him the ball. That guy was spectacular all season long. He was everything that you thought he was going to be and more. He chose you. You recruited him. And you have a chance, in my opinion, to reward him in that situation with the ball so that he can have the game tying, or maybe you go for 2. I don't know. But he can have the opportunity to do it. And you took it out of his hands. And then I saw Mario said after the game, we were really hoping to get the ball back in his hands another time. Well, the ball was in his hands. Inexcusable to me. It was an inexcusable coaching decision to me.
Hoch, Cam Ward this year should have been a finalist for the Heisman. He should definitely have been going to New York for that Heisman award ceremony. He should have been in the college football playoff. He should have been in the ACC title game. He should have been at the absolute precipice of everything that the college football game offers a player of his caliber. And Miami would have celebrated his season for decades. Cristobal failed him. The defense, Lance Guidry, failed him. And even guys who have been excellent this year failed him as well. He gave them a 21-point cushion, couple turnovers that had nothing to do with Cam Ward. I mean, he did everything right, and his team failed him. His coaching staff failed him.
Yeah, I think it was criminal. I really do. I can't imagine squandering that season with that talent and then having that season come down and having the opportunity to give it to him and give him that moment and taking the ball out of his hands. I can't believe it. If I'm Cam Ward, I wouldn't be able to look at Mario Cristobal in the face